Right now, in Austin, a car just pulled up to a red light with no one in the driver's seat. Not reclined, not distracted. Nobody there because there was never a seat designed for them to begin with. Not a press conference, not a stage demo. A safety document Tesla quietly filed for firefighters, the kind nobody reads unless their job is showing up after a 911 call, and buried inside it, one sentence Tesla has never put in writing before. This car can drive itself completely with zero human input. Ford, GM, Toyota. Every legacy automaker that spent a decade saying full autonomy is years away just watched Tesla put that exact claim into a legal filing. But here's the part nobody's talking about. The same week Tesla filed that document, federal crash data quietly told a very different story about how ready this car actually is. A number Tesla would really rather you not do the math on. Stay to the end, because what that number reveals changes whether you'd actually get in one of these cars tomorrow. Tesla just put something in writing it has never put in writing before. Not on a stage, not in a tweet, in a safety document, the kind nobody reads unless their job is showing up after a 911 call. The Cybercab First Responder Interaction Plan went live this week. Buried inside it is one sentence that changes the entire conversation around Tesla's robotaxi program. When in autonomous mode, the vehicle is designed to be capable of performing the entire dynamic driving task without any input from a human driver. That is the formal, legal definition of SAE Level 4 autonomy. Not a keynote claim, not a demo on a closed lot. A document Tesla had to write because emergency crews needed to know what they were dealing with on a real street. And here's the detail most people are missing. The same guide draws a hard line. Any cybercab built with a steering wheel and pedals isn't a real robotaxi. It's an engineering test mule stuck at level 2 with a human ready to grab the wheel. The production version Tesla is actually selling no wheel, no pedals. Nothing for a person to hold on to, because there was never supposed to be a person holding on to anything. For 10 years, full self-driving has been a marketing phrase wrapped around a system that still legally required your hands and your attention. This is the first time Tesla has put its name on a document saying the opposite. In writing, for an audience that cannot afford to be misled, because their job is pulling people out of wrecked cars. So the question isn't whether Tesla believes in this technology anymore. They've already answered that, on paper, for firefighters. The question is what happens when that same technology is no longer parked in a controlled test zone and is instead merging into traffic next to you. Because that part isn't hypothetical anymore either. It already happened. As of today, Tesla confirmed that engineering tests of the first production Cybercab are underway on public roads in Austin. Not a rendering, not a stage prop. A real vehicle, built at Giga, Texas, driving real streets, with no steering wheel for anyone to grab if it gets something wrong. Picture it for a second. You're at a red light in downtown Austin. The car next to you pulls up. You glance over out of habit, expecting to see a driver. The front seat is just empty, not because someone stepped out, but because the entire cabin was never designed to need them. This is what built for autonomy actually looks like once you stop talking about it and start watching it merge into a left turn lane. And the engineering behind that empty seat is its own kind of unsettling. The first responder guide reveals Tesla added exterior microphones at the B-pillars, a first for any Tesla ever built. If a firefighter needs to talk to someone about the car, they don't open a door. They don't wait for a human. They speak, and Tesla's remote robotaxi support answers back through speakers mounted under the chassis. The car listens for sirens through its own microphone array. When it hears one, it pulls itself over and yields, automatically, without anyone behind the wheel deciding to. There's also a detail that solves a problem AI-4 owners have been frustrated with for years. A pressurized camera washer system at the side cameras. Vision-only driving lives and dies by what the cameras can actually see. Rain, mud, road spray. Any of it blinds the system the same way it would blind your own eyes. Cybercab doesn't wait for you to notice the warning light. It cleans itself. But here's where the comparison gets uncomfortable. Waymo has already logged over 127 million fully driverless miles. No safety monitor, no backup human anywhere. Independent research credits that fleet with an 80% reduction in injury-causing crashes compared to a human driver. Tesla is still in the engineering test phase of getting there. That gap between we wrote it down and we've proven it at scale is not a small one. And it's about to matter a lot more than most people watching this video realize. Here's what this actually means if you're not a Tesla engineer, if you're just someone who drives, or rides, or drives for a living. If you're a rideshare driver, this isn't background noise anymore. This is a company putting a legal document on file saying its car can do your entire job without you in it. Not someday, not eventually. Today in Austin on a real street with no one behind the wheel to override it. If you're a passenger or thinking about becoming one, the question stops being, is this cool, and becomes, would I actually get in? And that's exactly where the number Tesla would rather you not do the math on comes in. According to data Tesla itself filed with federal regulators, its Austin robotaxi fleet has been involved in roughly one crash for every 57,000 miles driven. Compare that to Tesla's own published safety report, which states the average American driver experiences a minor collision once every 229,000 miles. Do that math. And Tesla's robotaxi fleet is crashing at close to 4 times the rate of an ordinary human behind the wheel. And every one of those incidents happened with a trained safety monitor still sitting in the car, hand near the wheel, ready to take over. That's not a system operating at scale unsupervised and proving itself. That's a system still leaning on a human safety net. At the exact moment Tesla is putting documents on file describing a future where that net is gone entirely. So sit with that contradiction for a second. The same week Tesla files the strongest legal language it has ever used to describe full autonomy, federal crash data quietly tells a very different story about how ready that autonomy actually is. This isn't Tesla is lying. The Level 4 classification is real, it's documented, and it's now public record. But real and ready are not the same word, and the gap between them is exactly where the next 12 months of this story are going to get written. In Austin, in NHTSA filings, in whatever happens the first time one of these cars makes a mistake with nobody there to catch it. Because right now, for the first time, there's nobody there to catch it. So here's where this actually leaves us. Tesla has now done something it's never done before. Put fully autonomous, no human required in writing in a legal safety document for an audience that can't be talked into believing marketing. That part is real. That part already happened. But the same data that proves the car exists also shows it's still learning. At a crash rate the company's own numbers can't fully explain away. Two things are true at once. The future Tesla promised in 2019 is finally sitting in actual traffic. And it's doing that before the safety story is finished being written. So here's the question worth sitting with. If a driverless Cybercab pulled up next to you in Austin tomorrow, would you actually get in, or would you wait for the next car? That choice is coming faster than most people think.